I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are Autosave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching My Hero Academia, Season 6, Episode 5. Last episode, I think Shigaraki is waking up. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm
is that fair?
expecting a pretty big episode. This next episode, I'm expecting Shigaraki and some horror with that. I feel bad for the hero that is currently with Shigaraki.
Why'd they have to do it to this man? Right when President Mike left, I was like, oh no.
I was like, you're good, right? You're good. You can handle Shigaraki, right? And the guy's like, yeah. Go on ahead.
Yeah, don't know how that's going to turn out. I have really been loving this season, and it feels like a ramp up. And now it's like I'm at the scared point because we've kind of gone back and forth from two areas that we're focusing on.
And both are like ending in a very tense situation.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Shigaraki at the moment is waking up, right? That's the assumption. No way that's not going to happen. But since we've been going back and forth, the parallel on the other site is Gigantomachia, right? Not the parallel, more so like the ticking time bomb.
I just kind of a parallel of something is going to
awaken,
that is going to become an issue, an added thing that you will have to fight. Basically.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I didn't know if it made sense, but yes, exactly.
I mean, it's cause and effect.
Yeah.
Like, Shigaraki waking up is why Gigantomachia is going to be an issue.
But I think that's what we're going to get next. I think that we're probably going to focus a bit on like the Hawks front, Dabi front, Fat Taxi front, and then we might end this episode with Shigaraki's call, maybe, to
Hawks
Gigantomachia.
And Dabi was what I meant when I was thinking of like the other side of the coin, the other place that the heroes are at in a very tense situation right now.
Yeah, I don't think Hawks is dead because we got
You couldn't kill him. You couldn't do that, right?
I think you could, but I don't think they
because of the. Oh wait, no! Didn't we say that because he possibly learned Dabi's name that's why maybe he would die?
Yeah, but I don't think that the last time we did see him would have been like how they ended that off. I don't think that's a character death. Like how we left off with Twice, it was very like we had a proper send out for this character. I don't think we've had a proper send out for Hawk, so I don't think he's dead yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, for Twice, we basically got like a blonde hair and a blood drip.
Yeah.
And then we got the kind of very emotional scene with Toga. Very clear that he was saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And with Hawks, we kind of just got a quick, hey, this is almost like there's a gun to his head and then we don't see anything else.
I'm pretty sure we got the title card after we had like the figurative gun to the head scene and fire coming at him. And I don't see them killing Hawks with a title card. Like it wouldn't make sense to me. I don't know how he'd escape. Maybe Tokoyami because we saw the close up of him wondering about Hawks.
Unless they're trying to evoke like really upset emotions in us, that would be a very upsetting way to kill Hawks.
Yeah, I'm thinking Fat Taxi made a detour and came back for Hawks. Yeah, that's my prediction going into this episode.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
If I was in trouble and Mirko came to help me, I think I would have a lot of confidence in my survival.
Nice. God, what an episode. Oh no, Exless. Lifeless, dude.
The Lord of Evil. Oh, so he basically did this to himself.
Oh no. Look at his arm, just like Midoriya. God, it sucks because he's the villain, but he's so cool. Like,
If I had the quirk of teleportation, I would use it right now.
Okay, am I reading into that, or is the potential end of Japan and normal society because of Exless? Did Exless just cause the end of the world?
Basically.
He was like, oh, look, a computer. I hate computers. How is Mirko standing? Oh.
I like Hellspider.
Oh, what is this animation? Gran Torino!
Yes!
God, I'm so nervous everybody's gonna die. Shigaraki's awake and all these cool people are here. Oh no.
That's where he gets the cape! Oh my god! That's how he got... He has a cape in the opening. I think you're right!
Leaving the fat taxi. So he was trapped in there?
Tokiyami.
Tokiyami's not great against light. Oh, well done. Oh, look at his back.
Oh, that looks really bad.
Fire. Back is gone, like as in permanently?
Like Lemillion can't use his quirk anymore.
What a shot. Oh my god.
He's still talking.
Bide for time.
He's trying to why is he trying to stall for time?
He's reaching his limit.
The last... Oh! Stop! Wait, Todoroki? Maybe?
No shot. Is the ice the other ice villain, or... Yeah.
Darn it! I thought adding Todoroki in the
Getten.
mix
I don't
would
think
be
I've ever
great.
seen him without his hood on.
Oh no.
That was only halfway.
Oh my
Oh my god.
We're getting so much and Deku's not even involved
I know,
in
it's-
any of it.
I don't mean this as any hate towards Deku, but it's so awesome. It's great. Like that he still takes it.
Yes! True hero right there. He's evacuating all of the
what
pets.
an amazing
like,
quirk to have. Look at that. What is that? It was a plane. Plane man.
He's hearing it.
Yeah. The first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The shackle. He's freed from the shackles of humanity.
Transcendent. Do you hear the sound?
Gosh. No! Stop! Not erase her head.
The DK's breaking his. Oh my god. Cross!
Oh my god!
Oh!
Stop!
How far is it going?
Stop! No! 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 You basically need a flying quirk right now. Transcendent was right.
45!
Air Force.
Trying to blow it back. Oh
even-
my god. Fuck.
Whoa.
All for one. Okay, that was My Hero Academia, Season 6, Episode 5.
What is
Wow.
happening with this season? This season it just like literally just opened the gate.
Can I be
and
transparent
just,
with
flood
you?
waters.
Can I be like brutally honest with you?
Sure.
One of my first animes ever, My Hero Academia. I watched Dragon Ball Z like a long time ago, but I was never really into anime. Got into this, loved My Hero Academia. Found all these other anime, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and like My Hero Academia kind of just falls to the back of the mind. Last season was good, but it wasn't like the best season, and I was just kind of, I wasn't as excited as I used to be for My Hero Academia. Oh my god, has that ever changed? Because what is going on? The severity and stakes I keep doubting, like, that they're gonna happen. I keep doubting that somebody's gonna die on screen, and it happens.
If you think about like Shigaraki specifically and his quirk,
Yeah,
a horrifying idea of a quirk. Like decay, he can just touch something and then it literally shatters, and now it's being like amplified.
we've never seen the ease of death in this show. I think that's an okay way to put it, because we've seen death, of course, but like
The first death I really think of is like Night Eye, like
Yeah,
burned into
but
my memory.
that was a massive build up, like like it was a huge moment, you know. Crust
He was
just
also,
died.
yeah,
dude.
he was also in a hospital. You know, maybe they could have helped him. We didn't really know the extent of like if he was actually going to die or not.
But like Crust died. These other
And he was
heroes
like
just
this,
died.
like-
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I am.
This felt like, okay, so obviously this show's plot is not realistic to the world that we live in. But this
What?
felt this felt realistic, that some of them would be trying to run out, but the walls would collapse on top of them. Like there were things that happened in this massive shockwave destruction with people fleeing that felt realistic to a hero villain world.
I think that's an interesting way to put it, because it felt like shit went down in the universe I'm used to, and they are reacting how I expect them to.
Yes.
I'm just so caught off guard that shit went down to this extent. Like people are like.
I thought we were gonna lose Eraserhead there for a second.
Yeah.
Can we go back to that? Because I didn't even see Crust. I didn't see him until he was already like disappearing.
After we lost Crust, we lost other heroes too, right?
Yes.
Just like a bunch, like all these nameless heroes that we don't know the names of. Like they're so easily just murdering people now, and I'm so like scared for all of our characters because of it.
It's because before we had this kind of scaling where there were heroes that were able to quickly, even more minor heroes, not like Endeavor level, more minor heroes were able to clean the streets.
Yeah.
And able to do good work and get rid of villains. Because the power scaling was just, you know, more heavy on the side of like more powerful heroes than whatever villains are popping up, you know? And now we have someone who has transcended, like, not to, and what it was, take away, got rid of the shackles of humanity. Like, this is not a person anymore, is what I was taking from, like, from that. Which I find it hard to ever think of All For One in general as a human.
Yeah.
Or a person. He's kind of like an alien being at this point.
I am excited to talk with you about what's going on with Shigaraki after I just look at this Crust scene.
Yes, I need to
time.
see if we see him coming first.
So we
where
saw
he is.
We saw Racerhead's like what would you call it, wrap?
Yeah.
Breaking, and you can see
his legs being held, and we see nothing else in the background.
Well, his legs being held, but the Nomu's starting to crumble of Shigaraki's quirk. And then out of nowhere, you see a Crust ball fly, break off the arm of the Nomu, and save Eraserhead.
He really just came from this way, like.
And then he's giving the thumbs up too. He turns like the flat hand into a thumbs up while he's already decaying. That is depressing. Oh my god.
And then these two just no more. Like the walls fall in on them basically.
Crust is the MVP, dude. That was crazy. Honestly, Eraserhead's quirk could be the one thing we have like to face Shigaraki right now.
Right, and also I think something interesting we're seeing here is fighting heroes working as evacuation heroes for their fellow heroes.
Okay. Getting to Shigaraki a little bit. Are you going to take what's happening with him as a direct link between him and All For One, just like a parallel, like how Deku's getting a direct link and has to the first user?
With the way this show has gone, I would say it would, yes. that
Well-
I think that it would be similar to what Deku is currently experiencing.
Well, we learned that Shigaraki was given All For One's quirk,
Mhm.
right? And All For One was using a copy.
Yes.
If it works under the same idea that One For All does, there should be a vestige world. I
Mhm.
didn't know you were able to potentially
With
access that
with
world
one
while you're
person in it.
alive. Yeah. But it's very I wonder how that's gonna go, because
Was that what we were seeing when All For One was in front of Shigaraki before he woke up and all the hands were on him?
Yeah.
Was that literally him walking into All For One, into the power itself, into the quirk itself, and basically taking it as his own?
it
and
might have
becoming,
been
like
just a
walking
visual,
into
yeah.
that dream world that Deku has seen for himself for One For All.
Yeah, I think it could be. I think it's interesting because as we see Deku kind of in the world, he's always covered up by what looked like Black Whip before, right? And Shigaraki was like bare in that world and then was being covered up by like the hands of his loved ones, but he still walked into All For One to, I guess, encompass that power. And I wonder where it's going to lead. Okay.
How do you but like literally, how do you fight this unless you have a quirk that makes you like be in the air, basically?
Well, that's it.
Like you just have to all be. Is that what the world now needs to be? Is like every Uraraka needs to go around and make floating cities and floating cars? Like
I wonder if that's gonna be it. Like, it's not about, oh, who's the strongest hero. It's about quirk advantage now.
How do we keep protecting people and ourselves while also trying to fight him?
God.
So many more measures need to be taken now, except just don't let him touch you. It's different now.
We had that scene with Redestro last season with Shigaraki where Shigaraki like received a punch and started cracking.
Mhm.
I wonder how quick Shigaraki's like touch to decay is, because like if you're shooting at him and he's unable to dodge, would he be able to like touch that thing you're shooting at him and decay it before it causes critical damage? Like, how do you what would be the best route to fighting Shigaraki here?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
At this moment in time, I feel very
Erasure
scared
would
and
work,
bad.
right? Maybe. He wasn't on the scene at Kamino with All For One, so we don't know.
Well, doesn't Erasure only erase like one quirk? I don't think he's able to erase all of them, right? Or
We
is
haven't
he?
seen Shigaraki use other quirks yet, though, right? We just know
But
that
he
has
now
it.
has All For One.
That's going to be scary. What if he can float? Then we're done. If Shigaraki can fly, then it doesn't matter if we can fly.
Is the whole like idea now everyone is going to sacrifice themselves to keep Eraserhead safe? Because he might be one of the only quirks that could possibly fight against Shigaraki at the moment.
Honestly, I wonder if he could choose to just erase Decay, and then he has just All For One's other quirks, and we have a chance, because Decay is horrifying.
Okay, question. I want to start thinking about different heroes, and I have my legs crossed, so I'm going to uncross them. I was all comfy. Okay, so I'm getting serious now.
Okay.
So we're going to think about different quirks that we have, different characters we have, and if they could possibly do something to Shigaraki without getting murdered.
Yeah.
Tokoyami is my first one. If Dark Shadow touches Shigaraki, can he even decay Dark Shadow?
In my head, yes.
You
I think
he could
Dark
decay
Shadow is a living creature on its that's connected to Tokoyami.
So if he touched Dark Shadow, it'd probably decay Tokoyami.
I think so. Which leads me to an interesting point. What if Hawks? I don't think that same thing would work with Hawks' feathers, because we've seen them regrow.
Because they can be destroyed and then they regrow.
So, do you think he'd have a good shot against Shigaraki?
Yes, but also that leads me into what we got with Hawks and his burnt back, his burnt feathers. Was that trying to tell us that it's never gonna grow back?
Or it'll take a long time.
Or it'll take a really long time.
How I take that is either it's gone or he's gonna be on the bench for a while.
if Monoma was here and
Wha-
he tapped Shigaraki when Shigaraki wasn't looking,
Yeah.
obviously that would be an issue because he's like, oh, some quirks are blanks. Well,
Yeah.
could, obviously Shigaraki has All for One, but he also has Decay. So is it possible for Monoma to pick one somehow if he got stronger and like take Decay and use it back, like your own taste of your own medicine?
I don't know. I would I like the idea of having Snipe. Is that who it is? Like Snape? Remember the guy with the gun? He we saw him in season 1 and he has like the big like gas mask.
I don't really remember him. You said season 1?
Yeah.
It has been so long since I've watched season 1.
That's fair. He showed up to UA though and like he shot and he could like have like the perfect shot on everything.
Well, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
What about Edge Shot?
Oh, Edge? I don't know. I guess it depends how quick he could work.
He would have to be like, and that's the thing, we don't know how quick the decay could set in. Is it literally anything that touches Shigaraki or anything Shigaraki touches would immediately decay now? Because didn't he say to Deku, once I wrap all of my fingers around your neck?
Yeah.
That's what it used to be.
Correct.
And now it has changed.
Yeah. It's scary.
It is scary.
Okay, I want to talk about a couple things regarding Deku and Bakugo. In regards to Deku, we obviously have the parallel. It's like, of course, it's been happening since episode 1 that we've seen, or the first episode that we've seen Shigaraki, of the parallels between him and Shigaraki. Where do you think that ends? Like, what's the fight here? Is it just, as we can presume, of both of these people have been handed these quirks and they are going to have the inevitable fight in the end? I can't decide what All for One's role is going to be within the Vestige world and why it's needed, but I can see it from One for All's perspective. Like, multiple quirks. It's so Deku can like awaken these powers and like fight this thing.
It's like basically both of them are going to be trying to get all of the weapons they possibly can before a final fight with each other. Almost, that's what it seems like. They're trying to level up like all of their gear, but all of their points.
I get why like Deku talks to people, right, within the Vestige world, because that unlocks the quirks. Mm-hmm. What is it going to give Shigaraki to hear All for One? Like, what is that going to add to the table or narrative?
What it will add is a more control aspect. I mean, honestly, I feel like All for One is always going to have to be that looming kind of presence of control over Shigaraki.
You think?
I don't mean like he won't do anything bad if All for One is gone. I just mean that it just seems like he's that type of, that's the character kind of relationship, is this the opposite, when it goes bad, like All Might and Deku going good, but when it goes bad is someone taking advantage of a child and raising them for the purposes of evil. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be weird to me if that kind of dynamic and relationship was gone like completely.
But I mean, isn't it a little bit...
is this Shigaraki taking the reins now and Deku can't yet, basically?
Well, how I look at it is Deku is taking the reins. Like, he's, like, advancing at such a quick rate. All Might's gone. He's, like in regards to the number one hero and being active, I think Deku is not there yet, but pretty close to like taking up the role without needing All Might in the picture. All Might's era as hero is done and over with. He retired. Mm-hmm. He had his big fight. What I'm trying to say is I don't know if I'd like it if All for One was part of the final fight or like was the final fight through Shigaraki's like mind. I think that Deku needs to one-on-one Shigaraki and All Might doesn't
They're
necessarily, or
almost
All
like
for One is,
rid themselves of their shackles of who their teacher is, basically.
yeah, like that's the parallel, right? They both were in
and
similar
fight as
positions.
themselves fully
Not similar
with no
positions, but-
influence. What?
I'm just saying they were both in similar positions, but that's not what I meant. They both like have had similar like parallels, like in regards to getting stronger
Paths,
and
yeah.
becoming who they are. But I like it just feels like it's their fight at the end, not, you know.
I feel like right now I think it would be totally I think it might be too soon for All for One to not be still a negative influence over the trajectory that Shigaraki takes. As much as he's ever been an influence, he's not really an influence actually. It's more that his presence is influence enough.
Yeah.
And or the idea that he might know what's happening is influence enough, or memories of him is influence enough. But Deku still has a lot of things he needs time to learn.
Mhm.
And like, yes, he's moving fast in the trajectory of learning those things. But I'm pretty sure what they're trying to do is that Deku is going to have to be able to use all of those quirks before he can defeat Shigaraki.
I agree. But now that I'm thinking about it, that's the way to go then, right? It's that's why you would add All for One in, because maybe you'd put more focus towards the first user of One for All and time into that going forward in the story, and then you have
it needs to be brother versus brother at the end.
Exactly. It could be the
basically.
story of One for All and All for One as the power and how
Like-
it began, rather than just
Couldn't you see an image of Deku and Shigaraki in mid-fight, kind of still shot, but with a big pictures of All for One and One for All
Yeah.
original holders' faces?
yeah.
I
I
feel
could.
like
I
that
like
final
that.
fight would come down to the original people, where these powers
Yeah.
came from.
That'd be kind of cool. Like seeing like an internal fight or like even monologue between the brothers
Gah,
as
gah.
yeah,
Yeah, it comes
Oh.
into your dreamland, like
that'd be crazy. Okay,
all
so-
of the vestiges just start like beating up.
in regards to Bakugo, so we had a moment either last season or I think it was last season, where Bakugo said that he had a hero name but was waiting to run it by
Yeah.
someone first.
Mhm.
That being like the hint at best genus, but we saw like the hawk best genus in the bag thing.
Yes.
Like that's not real, right?
I don't
so-
think Hawks actually killed
Ag-
Best Genus.
I don't either, because I think a lot because of the Bakugo thing, and I think that there would have to be some resolution there, and I wonder when that is resolved, because we're going into some crazy like big things that are happening. Biggest moments in My Hero Academia history happening right now, and I'm wondering where the Bakugo name reveal comes in.
So I think that's a great thing to talk about, because I think all of these seasons we've been teetering on this line of they can't really be students anymore.
Yeah.
They're being pushed into this world that they need to start actually fighting alongside the professional heroes. And I think that us still not knowing this name reveal, and Bakugo hasn't been able to say it yet, is a great kind of addition to that. After this, they're gonna have to be professional heroes. I don't think they can just go back to being students after Shigaraki literally decays an entire city.
I mean, technically they'd have to, right?
Yes,
But like
but I think their fun student life and culture festivals or anything fun, I just could not see that really there being a happy tone, we can have peace and relaxation tone after this.
I agree with you. It's an interesting thing when you're trying to think about where they go story-wise, because like obviously Shigaraki's been looming in the background since season 1. Do you think they take a break from it again and something else is happening and we deal with other villains? Because it's hard for me to believe. Like going forward with My Hero Academia, it's hard for me to believe anything but Shigaraki would be like the main focus.
I don't know. I couldn't see anything but him being the main focus. I couldn't see another villain coming and being a worse villain. I could see more villains being enticed by this change and by Shigaraki's example. I could see there being more heroes having to fight other villains, like smaller time villains, even more than they were during the overhaul stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
I could just see it getting a lot more deadly for heroes to be heroes.
I could as well. What do you think is happening with our core group at the hospital right now?
I think that they all got out. At least the ones that are being carried by Endeavor, Ryuju, or is it Ryuju?
Ryukyu?
Ryukyu?
I think.
Ryukyu. And Gran Torino. I think those are the survivors.
Yeah.
The ones that have been...
Do you think their comms are just down?
Honestly, maybe there's interference. Maybe a cell tower was already decayed. I don't know.
I would like them to survive. I think they will. I just don't know where. Sorry.
Someone is mowing their lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see them going for, like, I don't see them having a close death encounter and then just like dying immediately after, right? Like what's the play here? Are they injured? Are we gonna have to all regroup? Is every hero gonna have to like come together and try to get like a plan going forward now?
Does the fight end at the Redestro? You know, does the fight end there now that the decay has started at the hospital? Like, we don't know how they're gonna respond to, is this decay gonna spread to them? How far exactly are these two areas?
Well, no, that's a great question.
Gigantomachia is about to basically break out of this building.
Yeah.
So, while this side is going to be fleeing and evacuating, I think a major fight is still underway.
How do you think that's gonna fare? Who do we have over there? Mount Lady.
Well, we don't have Hawks anymore because Tokoyami got him out of there. Like, honestly, very happy about that. I
think we have the washing machine hero.
Edge shots there. Yeah, so Mount Lady's gonna take Gigantomachia down, and that's how it's gonna happen.
Really? Like, do you think that Mount Lady even has a chance against Gigantomachia? Maybe?
Isn't Mount Lady one of the heroes that they used as an example of, like, heroes that were more for show or, like, took advantage of being popular or beautiful, and Hero Stain probably hated them. Hero Killer Stain probably hated them.
Yeah.
The vanity of it. Because wasn't Mount Lady one of the ones that was on TV a lot?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I'm trying to think. We also had the, I guess, face reveal of Geton.
Which is, I think, going to play a major role maybe next episode, now that we're probably
if that was Todoroki and Todoroki was there with Dabi right then.
That's why I thought it might be Todoroki. I completely forgot there was an ice villain.
Yeah.
You said it, like, oh wait, no, I think there's an ice villain. And I was like, oh, darn it. I was like, this is the moment. We're going to have Hawks and Tokoyami. Todoroki is going to land right in between them and Dabi. Something entertaining is going to happen.
Yeah. Darn.
And everything was entertaining that happened, but it just wasn't exactly what I had theorized in my head in the moment. Yeah.
I'm looking for
not mad at it though.
I'm looking for this. There we go. Okay. So we have a scene with Nejire and this hero.
It's an airplane head.
So I have a couple name
with
ideas.
A jetpack.
One hero name is Plain Jane. I don't know how they identify. Delta, like Delta Airlines.
I like Delta. That sounds cool.
Jet Enginium, like jet engine.
Yeah.
But yeah, an Air Force One. Because it's like a plane.
Yeah.
And the Air Force One. But those are some ideas if they hadn't come up with a name yet.
Those are all great.
Midoriya just like casually used a 45% like kick right there. That was nuts. That's crazy. Was it Air Force?
Yeah, it was nice. Air Force. As soon as Midoriya did something, I was like, in my head, just pessimistic. I was like, nope, this isn't going to do anything. Yeah. I'm sorry. And it didn't. And then Todoroki came and did an ice wall. And again, I was like, it's not going to do anything. You all need to just run away.
I wrote down 10-10.
Was that one the bum? The bum?
No. Oh, that's something to talk about too. It was this guy.
Oh.
I didn't know who this
He
was.
looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, I didn't know what his like.
He's either in like
was.
Sesame Street or he's a Muppet.
I also
or
like this
something.
guy looks kind of like the Incredible Hulk a little bit.
Oh, he does.
I think a couple of seasons ago, I have a vague memory of hearing that the guy who wrote the story liked Star Wars and like superheroes, and used that
I could
in like
see
naming.
I could see superheroes.
I think
Now I want to know what the Star Wars reference is.
it was naming of places. I haven't seen Star Wars. I don't know, but I'd heard that from a friend. Two more things I have. Number one, Exless being the result or the giver, the reason that Shigaraki got this cape is very
It's
interesting.
beautiful in a horrible way.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is. I think I would not have liked it if Shigaraki just had walked into a store and bought a cape. It wouldn't have felt as good.
But now that he got it.
But the
from
fact that
somewhere-
it was this person, this hero, thinking they're covering all their bases. Oh, there's one more machine that we haven't destroyed. Shoots his eye laser at it.
Is that
Electricity.
actually it? Like, I want to know. Is it intentionally vague so I don't know? Am I reading it completely wrong? Or is Exless the sole reason why I'm assuming.
That's literally. I think that's why we're getting it a second time. Like, it's so obvious that it's a chain reaction.
A large
of him
number of
shooting this
casualties, right? A large number of casualties at the hand, potentially, of Exless.
Like, I know he thought he was doing good, but I don't know why he was so worried about this one last machine. I mean, Shigaraki was already next to them. They already have the doctor. Why do we need to just you maybe come back to it? Once we get Shigaraki out of here and locked up in Tartarus or something, then we'll come back and make sure to safely dismantle
Yeah.
all of the computers.
If I'm being realistic and, like, serious, I don't think he caused it. But I think it's a funny thing to, like,
You don't
look
think
into.
that
No.
it's a chain reaction?
No.
You think the spark would have happened even if he hadn't shot that machine?
Yes, I do. I don't think they'd put it on one dude. I don't think that
I
that
think
you'd make
it's
it this
fun.
one guy's fault.
I mean, there's been a few comedic moments in this episode that
Yeah.
I feel like it works that it was all on him.
Okay.
Especially with the cape. Like,
Yeah.
he took the guy's cape.
Yeah.
It's even funnier at that point that it
That's
was
true.
him. And even more messed up.
I love that he took the cape. But
He's like,
okay.
I'm cold.
Last thing I have, is there any shot Toga makes it to Twice's body and takes blood? Plus, can you use
Interesting.
blood if the person's dead?
Interesting. I could also see Toga already having some of Twice's blood.
Why wouldn't she?
Because
Why wouldn't she have
I mean,
Dobby's blood? or
Twice would have
everybody's
totally
blood?
offered it to her too.
And ever since her quirk awakened, it would make sense to have everybody
And then
around
she can
use blood.
use their quirks.
Yep.
Yeah. But that opening scene, as soon as I saw it again this time,
Mhm.
now knowing the scene that we saw with Twice, I think 2 episodes ago, with his death, and you see Toga, and it's like she does this movement with her hand, and they're drawing attention to the red cloth,
Mhm.
like handkerchief, I guess, in her hand, and a knife in the other. And I'm like, they're drawing attention to the fact that this is going to be revenge for her.
Mm.
That emotional moment, like Twice especially, like obviously Toga was upset with like Big Sis dying, but Twice is like a different character to her. This is like an even maybe closer relationship, because this is a person who all the time was giving her so much affection,
Yeah.
validation, appreciation, love.
Mm-hmm.
And she was bandaging up his head, and she gave a lot of care to him as well. And if we think about the amount of turmoil Twice went through when we first met, like Redestro and all that, when
Yeah.
they were talking about like killing Toga, when he found Toga in the shed, and he tried so hard to protect her.
I'll make a double of you and like give you blood kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, I know.
I feel like this is like Toga's like revenge story is about to happen.
It sucks because, like, on one hand, there are a lot of villains that I like and don't want to see, like, gone from the story or, like, I
Is
don't
it
know.
weird to be maybe sad if we ever saw like Toga die?
I was sad to see Twice die.
I feel like Twice was the top in terms of like morally, like you could make more excuses for, and maybe could be reformed.
Twice was an extremely tragic character.
Yes. Toga, I feel like a lot of these, I mean, that's the beauty of following even villains since the first season and getting like to know their actual interpersonal connections and dynamics, and like get to see that they actually feel affection toward people, just not just other villains, not innocent people or not heroes, but they're able to feel emotions, and they have a lot of them tragic backstories, and we've been following them for so long that I'm like, I don't want you to win, but I don't want you to die.
I cried when Twice died. I would weep if Gentle Criminal died.
If they killed Gentle Criminal, that would not be a classy crime. That would be horrible.
Not classy at all.
I believe that he has stopped his crime fighting ways so that he can live happily with La Brava and not put her in danger.
After prison?
After prison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's his sentence? We don't even know. Like, how long is he going to be in there? She's probably going to be writing him letters or, like, appearing to him, like, talking between the glass.
Yep. All right. You good?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god, next episode is even going to be crazy.
It's going to be ridiculous. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we hope to see you next time.